Hello, young boys and girls. You are welcome in this environment program organized by Society of Career Technology and Jan Vikas Mahasabha. I am resource person Dr.agam, and I am technically supported by Ms. Bhagiratna Tiwari. Although I have been teaching ecology and environmental science since last 30 years, besides my core subject zoology, and I have done some social activities also in this field. So I am much more concerned with the activities taking place in society, the problems of society, which are not yet included in our textbooks. So I would like to share with you some points today. We have to save the environment and we have to save the earth inhabitants also, the human being and all animals and all plants also. So one very interesting fact is that we just consider price of a commodity during purchasing it from market. We purchase some grocery, vegetables and fruits cultivated by some farmers. And we just calculate that this is the margin of profit for the farmer. But gentleman, have we calculated that how much solar energy was contributed by the sun for growing that plant? How much oxygen and CO2 was contributed by the wind? How much water and nutrients were given by the soil? They are also important, and we have to consider them. Have you imagined that we have killed our rivers, ponds and lakes, and we are killing our ocean also? Then for drinking water, we are taking it out from groundwater. Earlier we are taking it out from hand pumps from very small distance, for very small depth. Then India Mark II hand pumps were installed which could extract water, underground water from more depth. Then tube well, then submersible pump. If there is shortage, we install submersible pump in our houses. We take water from it. But do we return water to this groundwater? Either the businessmen which are doing business of drinking water, I don't know whether all of them are returning the water to the groundwater or not. And many of the persons in our houses, we are taking out water from groundwater and not returning it. We will have to develop a culture to return it. We will have to do rainwater harvesting. We will have to use some pipeline through which rainwater can be recharged to the groundwater. Same way, the biggest problem for humanity is nowadays intoxication, drugs and toxic drugs. From the sale of wine, gutka, tambaku, etc., we are getting earning, and we are happy that they are good source of earning. What nonsense! We are not bothered that how much harm these things are doing to health of the youth. We have solution. For alcohol, in the beginning 5%, 10% and 20% alcohol is being used, mixed in petrol and diesel. It can be used for fuel. It can be used for homeopathic drugs and many allopathic tonics. All right. Can't we reduce the use of this alcohol? Can't we reduce the use of toxicating drugs which are cause of cancer? We are expensing both for treatment of cancer and we are expensing for development of cancer. What a pity. Are we civilized, literate? Shame to all of us. All over world, use of these drugs by the youth is a problem. We will have to protect our youth and young persons from these toxicating drugs. Otherwise, what will happen, you know it better. In my terrace garden, sometimes a monkey visits. One day, it took out the plant of lemongrass from the pot. Next day, I just again planted it in the pot. The monkey came, again took it out. I have some very beautiful areca palm plant. That monkey took it out from the pot. My gardener visited. I asked him, what's the matter? He said that the roots of this areca palm contains some sweet starches. Roots of lemongrass contains some sweet starches. For that, the monkey takes it out. Then now I am not annoyed with that monkey. I feel pity on that monkey. I have put some water pots and some grains for the birds. Every day in the morning and evening, some birds regularly visit. In my age of 72 years, I have one memory. Once I was sitting in a garden and was eating groundnut. A squirrel visited. I kept one groundnut on my hand. It took it out. I became very happy. But it could not be repeated again. So, food of a squirrel is nuts. Few days ago, 2 squirrels have started visiting my terrace garden and they share with some bird grains. I felt pity. I used some groundnuts at that place so that the squirrel can eat it. Next day when I visited, I saw that some ants have stolen the endosperm from that groundnut and it was not available to the squirrel. I am surprised to see that squirrel is depending on bird grains. I can show it many visuals to you. So, just last month, we met with visits of many wild animals in Bahraich. Can you imagine that they are not visiting our locality? Actually, we had visited their locality. We had destroyed their locality so that they are upset, they are disturbed. We have destroyed their food, we have destroyed their water, we have destroyed their houses. And We are called that we, human being, is the most wise creature of the animal kingdom. So, we will have to think over it, that whatever we are taking from the nature, we will have to develop a culture to return it. We eat the cereals, grains. They go in our alimentary canal and they just go out in the form of urine and feces. That soil, again, soil microorganisms and soil again converts, decompose that feces and urine, and from that soil, again the growing plants take their nutrition, again they flower and give fruits to us which we eat. So how long this circle will go one-sided, one way? Don't you think that we should worry about that soil, that water, that air? Is it only concern of a teacher and a student of environmental science and the officer of environmental science department, officer of forest department only? It is not worry of the other general public. Why? We all should worry about this and think about nature, develop them again. Thank you very much.